Good morning, my friends. So today we are going to, we are in Kouba first. We are in the central part of Kouba near the Bin Badis Mosque. Such a beautiful mosque, by the way. On my right, there is a little park here, or a little square known as the December 11th, 1960 square. And we're going to drive to Bir Mourad Rais, and it's gonna be a round trip. So Bir Mourad Rais, and okay, Kouba, Bir Mourad Rais, and then Kouba. We are going to return to this same street. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's set off. And I've decided to film round trip videos just in order to show you how to, drive from one place to another, from point A to point B here in Algiers, and then return. And sometimes, or even often, the route you take when you go to some place or when you visit some place is quite different from the route you should take in order to return there. Okay, so now I've just crossed the main street here in Kouba, and the building on the left over there is in fact a cinema. It used to be a cinema. Now it's closed. I don't even remember its name. Of course, Algiers used to be a very different city back in the 70s and the 80s. It used to have cinemas, it used to have theaters and lots of things. And the road on the right leads to Les Sources, to the Lisanasser neighborhood. So it's the shortest route to, between Kouba and Lisanasser. And the road on the left is known as La Croix. It's on the left of that clock, of that street clock. It's known as La Croix. Now, that road would lead you to a part of Kouba known as Jolie Vue, or beautiful sight. There is a good restaurant here, or there used to be a good restaurant known as Mac Orange. They served delicious food, delicious. Their pizza wasn't that great, but their sandwiches were supremely delicious. There is a road bump here, and this place is known. Okay, so this is the Abdeslami street, and there is this street here is known for its high school, the Hamia Brothers School. The road is horribly bumpy here. I think that the building on my left, the residential building or apartment building on my left, is known as La Vigerie. So this area here is known as La Vigerie. It's the same name. It has the same name as a neighborhood of Algiers, of eastern Algiers, known as La Vigerie too, which is now known as Al Mohammedia, where the Algiers Grand Mosque is located, or that's the new Grand Mosque, the third largest mosque in the world. I've filmed it in many of my videos. So now that white wall ahead of us over there is the wall of that high school, the El Hamia High School. Some of my friends took their high school graduation exam here. So you can see its portals on the right. There used to be a Nike store here on the left. So the road on my left here directly leads to Jolie Vue, another part of Kouba known for its wholesale stores. This florist is as old as the world. And here there is the National School of Teachers. It's on the right. ENS, École Normale Supérieure. All right, so this is a parking garage. Oh, that building over there is in fact a parking garage. It's beautiful. It's new. And I think that it can accommodate at least a couple thousand cars. At least 2,000 cars. And now we are approaching Geridi, and there is a cemetery here. When you drive straight on, you will find the cemetery. It's on the left. over there. It's on the left. I'll stop filming here for a while. All right, so now I'm taking the right because we are headed to Bir Mourad Rais. You can see those kids dangerously crossing the street here. It's a wide road and they are crossing it. Those kids, they come, I think, from Niger, and they are begging for money. They come here with their parents, and sometimes they are completely unattended, especially in this area of Deridi. They are sometimes annoying because, you know, when you give a coin to one of them, all the others would rush at your car and would pester you, and they are sometimes they are mean, you know. All right, so we are crossing this bridge which links the Kouba area to the Lizanasev area. So everything behind us is Kouba and everything in front of us is all right. So there is a roundabout here. I need to slow down because that guy has the right of way, and now everything in front of us is part of the Lizanasev municipality. With these trees, this section of the road is really beautiful. So, but they need to trim. I mean, they need to trim these trees. They need to trim them. So, if you want to turn around, you can take the road on the left. If you want to turn around here to Kouba, you take the right. But we are going to Bir Mourad Rais. Therefore, this is the road we're going to take. See. There are many stores here, including a good pastry shop. This is where I come. I usually come to buy a birthday cake. But everything has changed ever since, you know, this coronavirus pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic occurred. Everything has changed. Lots of stores are no longer what they used to be. Many stores went out of business. Stop filming here for a while. Okay guys, so we're approaching the turn that will lead us to Bir Mourad Rais. And you can see the signs over there. Bir Mourad Rais, it's on the top, and then El Mouradi, and then Central Algiers. So you can, I mean, this road here or this turn would lead you to Central Algiers as well. And this area here is known as les sources, or water springs, sources, water springs, water sources. Okay, so you need to be careful on these streets, by the way, okay? Because now there is a good hotel here, Saray, Hotel Saray. I think that Saray is Turkish for palace. So it's a nice name. So you need to be careful here because, as you can see, these are residential areas. These roads are heavily traveled in fact, because they link major roads. See, they link major roads between them, but you should be careful because there are lots of residents here. The sidewalks aren't that good. See, for local residents to walk on them, they aren't that broad, and therefore most people walk on the road surface, and that's it. You've got to be careful. And there are also countless kids crossing the road, crossing the street when, I mean, especially on school days. And as you can see, there are no speed bumps here to oblige you to slow down. Therefore, when you don't see when you don't see speed bumps around, you need to be careful. All right, so this is Bir Mourad Rais. This is the heart, very heart of Bir Mourad Rais. As you can see, there is this main street. You need to be careful here. There is lots of oncoming traffic. This is the central part of Bir Mourad Rais. And this is the central what do you call that? Crossroads. The crossroads of Bir Mourad Rais. Need to stop filming here. All right, so this is the crossroads, and that road over there will take you to Hidra and Val d'Hidra and El Biar. It's a very practical road. This is the Bir Mourad Rais bus station, and well, this is the heart of this neighborhood. And now we are driving. We are turning around in order to drive back to Kouba, our departure point. So as we said, it's gonna be a round trip. Therefore, I've shown you how to drive to Bir Mourad Rais, and now I will show you how to drive back to our departure point, Kouba. And by the way, this is a very wide crossroads, and you need to be very careful here because there are no traffic signs. Sometimes the cops, you know, let traffic go on itself, and you know, sometimes it becomes a little bit messy. There are careless drivers who would you know, speed up there, and in such a wide crossroads, risks of collision become much bigger. That's why you need to be careful. So on the left there is a neighborhood known as El Mouradia or Le Golf, and this is a parking garage on the left. It's beautifully built, but it hasn't been opened yet. It hasn't been commissioned yet. And now we are driving down Mohamed Ben Qasmi Street, or le Ravin de la Femme Sauvage. Ravin de la Femme Sauvage. The Wild Woman's Ravine. And it's in fact a riverbed, it's a river. There are even floods here. And everything on our... So now we're approaching the El Madaniya area. Salambier or El Madaniya. So everything on our left is part of El Madaniya, and everything on our right is part of the Lissours neighborhood, which is part, I think, of the Lisa Nasser municipality. And now there is this garden on the right. It's known as Rashid Gurumi Garden. It's beautiful, but I think that it's a little bit neglected. It has been a little bit neglected lately. It has a small playground. But if you want a better garden, there is the Henri Maillot garden. It's down there. But be careful, don't walk. I mean, this is a somewhat deserted area here, okay? As you can see, there are almost no houses. Salambier, you can go to Salambier by taking the road on the left, but you need to go first, turn around that roundabout, which is over there ahead of us. So the Henri Maillot garden, which is a much more beautiful garden, is on the right. It's here on the right. People enjoy visiting it in afternoons or on weekends. Now, all right, let's take this shortcut here. Now, if you want to go to Kouba, this is, I think, the best shortcut. If you want to go to the Martyrs Memorial, so it's in the left, okay? It's on the left. You take the left. And now, just look at this sloping road. It's a sloping road from hell. Very steep. It's very steep. I am in gear 2. I prefer to drive in gear 2 when I'm ascending this steep, horribly steep road. It's better to maintain such a speed. I mean, just 30 kilometers per hour. In order to ascend it, it's better for your vehicle, I think. But even the speed limit is at 30 kilometers per hour. Look at that. And then there is this stop sign that you should never neglect. And this is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Okay, let's take the left. Now if you want to go back, turn around, you take that road on the right. And if you want to go to Kouba, then you drive straight on. Or you take the left, if you will. Anyway, so this is the huge roundabout, a beautiful roundabout of Les Anasers, and you have even benches for local residents to come and sit here in the afternoon and admire this beautiful water fountain, big water fountain. And now you drive straight, you are going straight to Kouba. And by the way, the Les Anasers apartment complex is on our right. Be careful here, because there are people leaving Les Anasers apartment complex in order to go to either Kouba or Binaknoun highway. So, and now if you want to go to Binaknoun, you take the right, and if you want to drive on to Kouba, you take the left. And of course, if you want to go to Hussinda, you take the right here, the right turn. Great. There is usually traffic here. Traffic is almost permanent here on ordinary, normal weekdays. So now we are back in Kouba, guys. Just look at this. Turning left towards the city hall and the Saint Vincent Philip Church, or ex-church. Be careful here with these intersections. Vehicle might appear at any moment. So that's the church over there with its dome, and the city hall is on the left with a small park. And now if you want to go to Hussinda, you take the left. If you want to go to go back to where we started this trip, you take the right, guys. Anyway, so that was our trip from Kouba to Bir Mourad Rais and back to Kouba. So the street where we started our trip is on the left. It's over there on the left. And well, I hope that you liked my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button in order to receive more videos like these. And visit Algiers, drive safely, take care of yourselves, and goodbye.